All right, so welcome in. It's Black Friday, and today we're going to be breaking down a ton of tokens to give you guys kind of an analysis on some of the deals we're watching very closely. We'll dive in deep. My name is Paul Barron. Welcome back into Tech Bath. All right, so a couple things that are happening, of course. First of all, day after Thanksgiving. Hopefully you guys had a great Thanksgiving and you're ready to dive into some research. Now, before I go into these tokens, I want to just give full disclaimer. This is not something I'm telling you to invest in at all. This is stuff we're doing in terms of our own research, and it's also an analysis of how we go about the process of learning about projects, so pretty simple. And most of the time it is about connecting the dots. So hopefully this will walk you guys through that process. Before I go full into it, one of the things I use and we use is the Market Sentiment Index. Jump over to Paul Barron Network, you'll be able to find it. We actually have a deal on for you guys right now. So all you have to do is click on that deals button and you'll be able to get an annual subscription over to our mastermind group, which is 30% off right now. You can use that for Black Friday. So check it out. See if you guys like it. I want to go over a couple of things here, of course, and we'll get into one of the things. And of course, this is kind of our joke of the day. Yeah, they got CZ. Print the Tether. That's Richard Hart. And lovely. Anyway, we'll get into Tether because Tether is now, of course, climbing. And when this starts to go up, what does that mean? Could we start to see movement or prep movement going into altcoins or some of these early stage projects? Now, remember, a lot of what's happening right now is kind of those pre-stage roll-ups that we saw in August, September, October of 2021. If you remember, in November of 2021, that's when we started to see the real moves on Bitcoin. And of course, all the metaverse tokens, if you guys were around then, you saw some insane growth, 100x's, 500x deals, 1000x. Those were kind of the gains that were being experienced. So a lot happening. So I want to jump into a handful of tokens. We're going to go fast to give you guys a rundown. And just what I would recommend, again, is go do some research on each of these. We'll try to get into some of these for you. All right, so I want to kick off with the first project, and that is PYTH. Here's Ryan Selkis, of course, from Masari, kind of jumping in on PYTH a little bit. Seems like the most exciting new token in a while. Don't own it yet, but you can get access through your Phantom wallet if you guys are interested in going in that direction. One thing about PYTH network, PYTH has expanded its blockchain to cover 5x in the last 12 months, 5x more chains. Think of it like the chain link, okay, of Solana. And that's something that I think when you look at different projects, maybe try to do the research of understanding what kind of project is similar to it, and that will help you guys kind of go forward. So of course, getting into it over on your Phantom wallet. Here's PYTH network also less than 3 months ago. PYTH broke 100 integrations on DeFi Llama, so you can kind of start to see these guys are coming pretty fast. Another one to watch, of course, is Neon EVM. You've probably heard me talk about this one a little bit in our Diamond Circle or over on our Mastermind. Neon is one that I continue to look at, and I do like this one. So this is another one that I'm looking at for sure. Their Twitter account, if you guys want to follow them, just Neon_EVM. We're thrilled to share some of our latest innovation. Alternative gas payments, kind of the key thing there. I'll go and show a chart on this as well here in a second. But I do want to give you guys a little bit of an insight on another one out there, which is called Allbridge. Allbridge is, and I want you to think about this from access points right now, because Allbridge is a bridging tool that essentially is going to be able to get you into a variety of different chains and very low fees. That's the whole key here around swaps. That's one of the things that you'll be able to do. To get to Allbridge, again, opportunity is going to be in your Phantom wallet. And it's a cross-chain swapper, very easy to do. There's some cool things with that you need to be aware of. Neon EVM and Allbridge are now announcing their partnership, so there's kind of this interconnection between many of these projects out there. If you go over to Allbridge, though, here's the trick: is really all you have to need to do is go in and grab about $100 in Allbridge and then stake it on the website. You'll do this most likely in your Phantom wallet. And then if you're doing this within Solana and the Allbridge token, then you get that and of course stake it right here on the website itself. That's going to give you some pretty big advantages, and you'll need to do this with every chain if you're going different cross chains. If you kind of see what I'm talking about right here. If I pull this down, you'll see select a blockchain. Right now I'm on Solana. That's where I'm going to stake, and you can go in and stake it right here, and these are the kind of yields that currently, so I've just got 900 staked, fee will be 0.011, and then you get airdropped on that. So right now I can get another 600 all bridge right there for staking. So you can kind of see the stake pools that are in there with Solana, BNB, Phantom, Terra, Near, etc. So right here is the PYTH token. Of course, you saw a little bit of movement right here. I'm on the 4-hour. Quite a bit of movement up here recently. So this is the one that just kind of got going. Neon EVM, this one is another one that opened up a little bit of an opportunity right here to maybe get an entry at around 45. It's trading at 57 right now. It seems to be on a chart. This is a pre-recorded, so this may be different on Black Friday when you guys get to it for sure. And then Allbridge, you can kind of check that out as well on CoinMarketCap, or learn a little bit more about that one. Here's a good example of where it is on the 1 month, just of where Allbridge was. A little bit of movement here. Understand this is a very low market cap, under $1 million, so 435,000 right now. Market cap, volume, holding very small. Again, these are super early, very high risk projects, but this is something that hopefully will get you thinking about crypto in general, away from the traditionals, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, etc. All right, so here, actually, this kind of shows you, let me kind of zoom in on this. I'm going to zoom in real close. This is actually a Solana wallet video that shows the swap mechanism, and you'll see right there is the Allbridge swap tool. So that's the cool benefit that you gain, obviously, within the Solana wallet itself. And remember, Jupiter is another one that we've been watching. That's another exchange opportunity, decentralized exchange for swapping that also makes it available within the Phantom wallet itself. Let me jump over here to another one. This is kind of leading off into the sports betting scenario, and this is one called Rollbit. Now, Rollbit is a very early stage project. Think ESPN Bet. I don't want to compare that, but the point is that with ESPN Bet starting to come to the market, we're going to see a lot of projects that will most likely flourish. Imagine if you were around in 2021, and if you think of all those horse racing games that were out there, Zed Run, etc. That just shows you the kind of growth that we saw in that period of time. And I think the kinds of betting platforms out there that are going to really happen, these sports books, are going to be a big opportunity. Rollbit is another one that we're watching. Compared to that, you've got Animoca Brands right here saying that they partnered with Chili's. Obviously, this gets back into SportFi. And remember, Chili's is one that has been around for a while. We've actually analyzed Chili's on a big level. It's currently in our market sentiment index. We track it every day on sentiment, so you guys can check that out if you guys are on that one. This is another one that we like and continue to go into. Just to give you an example on Chili's, I'll jump over to Chili's and you can kind of see a little bit here. This one, of course, has been sliding down. So is this the opportunity for Chili's to maybe come back in? And let me kind of jump over to Chili's to give you guys another look at this, because this might be something to pay attention to if you're not aware. Let me go to the all time, and you can kind of see this is where Chili's came from. Of course, it's corrected down right here through this bear market, but are we finally of age in reference to SportFi? And I think with ESPN Bet hitting the market, obviously with what's happening with Rollbit and many other projects like that, Chili's is also kind of lining up with that as well. Chili's and Magic Labs also bringing this whole concept of a SportFi ecosystem. This is a good example of the fan tokens that are represented on Chili's. Again, I'm moving fast, but I want you to just bookmark these, go research each one of these projects, and then there's things that you're going to probably get invested in. When I say invested, meaning interested, and start to research it even further to understand if these are things you might be interested in, becoming a part of. Another one, of course, is Beam. This one, of course, is all about Avalanche. If you guys don't know about the connection between Merit Circle and Beam, follow that. We just put up a video this week on a deep dive with Ava Labs, which was the president of Ava Labs, John Wu. If you didn't catch that video, go back and watch that video, because it is a full immersive understanding of what Avalanche is doing as a whole, which, of course, AVAX, I think you guys know, is a big win here on the channel. Here's Shrapnel, another major game on Avalanche, one that we really like. And if you get into game, whether it's into NFT assets and game assets, or either on projects out there, look for these kinds of high quality level Web3 games. Shrapnel is another one that, again, this is within the Avalanche ecosystem from a gaming aspect that is going to be huge. Further into this, let's go into, Flow, gosh. Flow, huge news, Dapper Labs. Obviously, you guys know the whole connection with Disney now on Disney Pinnacle. And if you're not following that, go over to the Disney Pinnacle Twitter account. You can kind of learn a little bit more about what this really connects in. But the point is Disney's getting back into the NFT space. Flow will be a part of that. Obviously, the underlying blockchain, another one that we really like overall. I'll show you some charts on Flow here in a second. Here's Wilder World, which is an OG game that has been around for quite some time. It's been on our watch list also for quite some time, and it's also in our market sentiment index tracker for Web3. So we continue to like this one. And I like this one because this one is one of these projects that, one, they've been around, they continue to develop in these, these bad times. And any of the game projects that have been able to make it through this. Star Atlas is another. There's many that will be able to really flourish in this next phase of where the market is going to go around all of these. The other one that is last but not least, and that is Over the Reality. They're getting ready to do a map to earn. This is also where you can get into a whole concept of, if you haven't looked at Over the Reality, check it out. Over is the call sign for it. And the concept is pretty simple. It is, I won't call it augmented reality, but the idea is VR at next level. Now with mapping, this is another benefit. Go check out Over on all of that. Let me jump back over to the charts and I'll show you a little bit about where Over is right now. To give you an example, this one has started to climb pretty significantly, holding it around 30 cents at time of filming here. What has been that over a period of time? Let's go over here and take a look at charts just a little bit, all the way back into, say, mid-October, where we're trading right now, around 54%. Again, these are, for me, more long-term plays. Now, when I look at these kinds of projects, usually the way I do it is I'll sprinkle a little bit of investment in each one of these, and I play it, and I'm expecting that these all might go to zero. But the idea is just like a VC, or just like an independent investor, an angel investor in a business or anything else. What I'm looking for is the cornerstone of what they're trying to do. Doesn't mean they'll win it, but all of these are doing some very interesting things overall in terms of where blockchain and Web3 is going. So make sure and check some of these out. Hey, maybe you guys will find something out. I'd love to get your input and tell me what you think is going to be some of the best stars in the next bull run, especially when it comes to Web3 tokens, which is really one of our passions here. So, all right, you guys are listening and maybe over on the podcast side of things, get over here to the YouTube channel, because we just did a full rundown on charts, all these projects, a lot of information around some of these for you to kind of get going on. So make sure and do that. And if you're not in our Diamond Circle, get in right now. It's another place where you can get additional content. Very simple, very easy. Click the link down below. You can join for free. And of course, if you guys want to catch me, it's out there on X. We'll catch you next time right here on TechBath.